Could history really repeat itself not in events, but in appearance? Imagine looking at a child and being transported back in time, seeing not just a resemblance, but what feels like a reincarnation of someone you already know. That is the fascination swirling around Khloé Kardashian's son, Tatum. In newly released photos, fans and followers alike were stunned, many declaring with certainty that Tatum looks like Rob Kardashian's twin. The likeness is so uncanny, so striking, that it has sparked conversations, not only about genetics, but about family legacy, identity, and the captivating pull of the Kardashian name. When Khloé Kardashian welcomed her son Tatum into the world, the public knew the child would become yet another figure of fascination in a family that has shaped modern celebrity culture. But no one expected the discourse to take this particular turn, that in his little face, people would rediscover Rob Kardashian, Khloé as younger brother, almost as though the past had folded in on itself. And in the Kardashian world, where every detail is scrutinized and magnified, the idea that Tatum looks like Rob Kardashian's twin in these new pics is nothing short of headline-making. As I stand here, looking at the photographs, I can't help but be caught by the drama of it all. The rounded cheeks, the gentle eyes, even the structure of the nose, all of it calls back to images of a young Rob Kardashian. The resemblance is uncanny, to the point where scrolling through the side-by-side comparisons feels like stepping through a mirror. It's as if time has bent, allowing Rob's features to emerge again in the next generation. Khloé Kardashian's son Tatum has become, for many, a living reminder of her brother's younger days. The Kardashian family has always been a story about legacy, about how beauty, charisma, and controversy pass from one sibling to the next, reshaping the cultural conversation in every decade. Yet this is something different. This is the bloodline itself, speaking loudly, leaving traces too vivid to ignore. Fans across social media platforms have said it. Tatum looks like Rob Kardashian's twin, not just in fleeting similarity, but in a way that makes you, in one image, you could swear it's Rob as a baby. In another, it's almost eerie, as if Rob's childhood photos had been revived in the present moment. The journey to motherhood with Tatum was itself layered with challenges, patience, and hope. She welcomed him via surrogate, a story well documented and deeply personal. And now, as her son grows, the spotlight isn't just on Khloé's parenting, but on the echoes of her family captured in Tatum's tiny face. What makes this moment even more compelling is that Khloé has always shared a special bond with Rob. They are the siblings who leaned on each other during times of difficulty. The duo that fans saw as deeply connected. To now see Khloé's son resembling Rob Kardashian so intensely is almost poetic, a reflection of that sibling bond immortalized in her child. When the new pictures of Tatum surfaced, the online world erupted. Instagram comments flooded with phrases like, "He's Rob's twin," and "I had to look twice, I thought that was baby Rob." Twitter threads dissected the resemblance with screenshots, side-by-side collages, and even video comparisons. The words Khloé Kardashian's son, Tatum, and Rob Kardashian's twin trended together. Proof of how strongly the world felt about this familial mirror. The Kardashian brand has always thrived on attention. But this kind of fascination rooted not in scandal, not in wealth, but in something as primal as shared DNA strikes at a different level. Think back to Rob Kardashian in the early years of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, the shy, somewhat reserved sibling in a family of strong personalities. His boyish features, kind eyes, and distinct presence made him stand out, even if he chose not to pursue the spotlight as aggressively as his sisters. Looking at Tatum now, one can't help but feel that Rob's legacy lives on in a way he may not have imagined. It's as though Khloé's son is carrying a piece of him forward, a reminder to the world that Rob, too, remains part of the Kardashian story. The documentary-like weight of this resemblance cannot be overstated. Consider for a moment the way families carry history, not just in stories, not just in traditions, but in the lines of a face, the shape of a smile, the curve of an eye. For generations, humans have marveled at children who bear striking similarities to their relatives. Yet in the age of social media, where millions can observe, compare, and comment instantly, the revelation feels amplified. Khloé Kardashian's son Tatum looks like Rob Kardashian's twin in new pics. Became more than a headline, it became a cultural observation, a shared moment of recognition. But what does it mean, really, to look like someone's twin? In everyday life, resemblance might be casual, a passing comment from a relative at a family gathering. But here, under the lens of celebrity culture, it becomes a narrative. The resemblance itself becomes part of the Kardashian mythos, woven into the tapestry of fame. Tatum is barely beginning his life, and yet already, the world has placed upon him an identity. Rob Kardashian's twin Khloé herself has commented on her son's growing personality and presence, often sharing tender moments online. But what she might also see, every time she looks at Tatum, is the echo of her brother staring back at her. Imagine the emotional resonance of holding your child and recognizing your sibling's face. It's more than resemblance, it's memory brought to life. It's love, past and present, colliding in the form of a child. The Kardashians have always been about visibility. Every milestone, every transformation, every evolution of their family has been lived, in some way, in public. So it is with Tatum. His existence, though precious and private to Khloé, is also inevitably part of the collective imagination. When the world declared, he's Rob's twin, it was not just a commentary on looks, it was an acknowledgement of how closely tied the Kardashian siblings remain, through time, through blood, through generations. And so, the narrative builds. Tatum, the child of Khloé Kardashian, is now carrying with him a visible link to Rob Kardashian. This is not about fame or fortune, but about legacy. About the ways in which family lives on in the next generation, even when paths diverge, even when siblings grow apart, even when fame takes its toll. Rob, who has stepped away from the limelight in recent years, suddenly finds himself back in the headlines through his nephew's face. As the camera lingers on the photos, we see it again, the striking resemblance. The kind of likeness that feels undeniable, that transcends speculation. The jawline, the expression, even the smile forming at the corners of Tatum's lips, it is Rob's. Side by side, the images almost blur together, collapsing past and present. Fans are not exaggerating. The statement is clear. Khloé Kardashian's son, Tatum, looks like Rob Kardashian's twin in new pics. But let us pause and reflect on the human side of this story. Behind the headlines, behind the social media frenzy, there is a family simply marveling at a child. A mother, Khloé, cherishing her son. An uncle, Rob, seeing himself reflected in his nephew. Grandmothers, aunts, and cousins, noticing the familiar traits that bind them all. For them, this isn't just entertainment. It's a reminder of the ties that ground them. The Kardashians may live in the spotlight, but moments like these reveal their humanity, families everywhere. Know the joy of seeing a loved one's legacy live on in a new generation. The fascination continues to ripple outward, feeding the never-ending cycle of Kardashian attention. Fans will keep making comparisons, magazines will keep publishing collages, and commentators will keep repeating the phrase, Khloé Kardashian's son Tatum looks like Rob Kardashian's twin in new pics. It's catchy, yes, but it's also real. It speaks to something universal, the wonder of resemblance, the mystery of inheritance, the ways in which faces carry history forward. This is more than celebrity gossip. This is a modern family saga, unfolding in real time through the eyes of the public. And as we watch Tatum grow, we will continue to ask, will he keep looking like Rob's twin? Will he develop traits of his mother? Or will the resemblance to his uncle remain strong? The story is far from over. But for now, in these new pictures, the verdict is undeniable. Tatum is Rob Kardashian's mirror, a twin across generations. A reminder that in the Kardashian family, legacy is not just written in headlines, it is written in their very faces.